So in this video, as you may read the title, as you may have read the title, yeah, that's proper English. I'm gonna be talking about my do not do list in 2026, right? A lot of people have to-do lists. I've never heard a lot of people talk about not to-do lists, right? So here are some things that I'm not going to be doing going into 2026. And before I go into telling you guys like why I've said not to do these things, is because I have probably done these things in the past and it's set me back in some way, shape, or form in 2024, 2025, and hindered me from reaching my goal of 2025 because I did not meet all my goals in 2025, right? 2025 actually was a very hectic year for me. A lot of crazy things happened this year. I'm gonna actually do a recap of how my year went, and yeah, from like January all the way to December. I'm gonna do a video coming up, but yeah, here are the list of my not to do lists going into 2026. Right now, I don't want you guys to judge me for anything, right? Because like I'm human, and even if you did, I honestly don't care. I'm letting you know right now, for all those you guys who are gonna be dropping comments. I know we're not big yet on YouTube, but hey, it's happening soon. But I'm just trying to make that clear. But yeah, first things first, my not to do list or things that I'm definitely not going to be doing is first things first, going to parties, right? Partying is definitely off the limits, right? 2024, a little bit of 2025, earlier 2025, I did a lot of partying, going to clubs, going to, yeah, just partying and quote unquote enjoying life, right? That never used to be me. Uh, it's a long story of how that even became like a reality of what something that I do. Cause like back in 2023 and early 2024, right, that never used to be something that I did. It's just like if you mention going to a club party, I'm shut that down immediately, right? So definitely not partying. Two, 100% never smoking, right? Never smoking weed. I got back to the habit of smoking weed when I lost my dad in June 2025. And I did it for like June, July, August, September, a little bit of October. Stop. Yeah, I've stopped for a while now. And the goal is continue to stop throughout the whole of 2026, because I realized throughout those months where I was doing that, like my productivity level went from, I'm never at 100% productivity level. Anybody who says they're 100, they're lying, right? You're not seeing those little gaps. You're not 100. I went from being at like an 85 productivity level. Actually not 85. I went from going from like a 60 productivity level to like a 20 or like 15, just because of, mentally you think, oh, it's just like smoking, it doesn't do anything, but like deep down inside, consciously, I know, hey, this thing it doesn't sit right with me, but I'm doing it just for right now, just because I'm stuck to the feeling of how this feel and letting my comfort take the wheel, right? And that's why, only reason why I had been doing it for that long. But yeah, so never, no partying, no smoking, and third, no drinking. Right, definitely no drinking. I've type of person that when I go out on a date or like I just go out to get something to eat, or maybe a fancy restaurant with like my friends. Usually go for an old fashioned type of guy, or like I started drinking. I'm not gonna talk about that because I don't know about. But I started drinking before. I've been drinking for a while. All right, I'm not gonna really get into details. And Yeah, so old fashioned is usually what I go for. And after, once you're already lit, it's like, oh my God, you want to just keep drinking. That's just how I am as a person. When you go to those cookouts that you're invited to, because I barely be around family a lot. So when they invite me and I show up, man, those drinks, I've came up with a strategy on how to decline those respectfully. So like, hey, I've been at it for a while now. Yeah, I'll continue going into 2026, not drinking, right? That's on my not to do list, right? I'm not doing that. That's just not a negotiation. I can't negotiate. I literally can't. Like, I just can't. Right? There's nothing I can do about that I can't. Like, I told myself I'm not doing that. That's not me. So, not. So, yeah, that's the third. Fourth is this is a very tough one. I'm still contemplating with myself if I should even make this a thing. But going celibate for the first 6 months of 2026. Right, this is personally for me. Uh, it's kind of tough, man. Like, I've been at it already for the last 4 months, since August, September, October, November, December, or 5 months. Yeah, so 6 more months. So 6 months. We just say, look, 6 months going into New Year's, celibate. So now the only exception is if I get into a relationship, right? Which those you really cannot say when those happen, right? It happens naturally. You can meet somebody that you like, start talking to them, and you realize that you really starting to like this person on a whole nother level, and then boom, relationship happens just because, yeah. Not saying that, you just fall into a relationship just because it happens. It's something that it's a work in progress and could happen within the span of the 6 months. So yeah, that's that right there. Lock in. Uh, and even if that, yeah. So yeah, no intercourse until I'm in a committed relationship, right? Which even until then, it's like it's not gonna be like a often thing. It's gonna be like rare here and there type thing. Just cause like that energy, read Energy Code if you guys haven't read that book. The energy that you have is so important, and you can channel those urges into your art or into whatever it is that you're working on and achieve success like in anything that you're trying to do, because that energy is so powerful. That's the strongest energy in the world. All right, the urge to want to hunch is the most strongest energy in the world. If you channel that, you just have to figure out a way. And I'm telling you, right, it's so easy to do it, right? Well, to me now it is. Whenever I have that urge, like, yo, I want to do something now. All right, cool. I've been able to work my brain into just move that energy into something that I know I need to do. Well, it can be content. Well, I need to write some video scripts now before I even entertain that thought. By the time I'm done writing the video scripts, that energy that I put towards those scripts turned out being some like a banger video that I got right there, right? So it takes some practice to be able to do this, because while in the process of you writing those scripts, you're gonna always be thinking of like, what you trying to do or what your body wants to do, right? So yeah, I was at the fifth. Another thing I wanna not do is I do not want to be a people pleaser, right? I tend to do that sometimes, especially when it comes to family, right? I'm gonna just do what I want to do, right? I'm not gonna do things to please people. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to please people, it's like you're probably not pleasing yourself in the process of pleasing them. So why not put yourself first all the way? That's part of self-respect, right? So I'm just not gonna be that guy who does things just because I want this person or that person to feel happy, right? I mean, that kind of sounds bad, but like if I know that I can do things, I can go out of my way to do things that doesn't jeopardize the way I feel any way, shape, or form, that's okay. But like if I'm trying to do this, I'll give you guys an example, right? Let's say uh let's say my cousin gave me a call and say, "Hey, Carl, I just got a flat tire. Like I seriously need your help. Like, pull up." But I got 3 sales calls lined up that can make me $10,000, right? And I'm gonna take time out of my day to go. I mean, obviously there are things like AAA. You can call them, send them over, but I still have to be involved throughout the entire process. I have to make sure they get there. So at that point, you might as well just pull up there and have them come figure it out and then leave, right? So that's people pleasing because I'm pleasing you because you called me and I have to figure out a way to come help you, right? So that's people pleasing. I really got to stop doing that because I do that a lot. Later on, I realized, oh snap, I just rescheduled these calls and these guys didn't show up because it looked like I'm not taking them serious. I'm not taking the business serious, or it's a bad look. It's not a good look, right? And I did that, and I lost this opportunity because of me trying to please somebody else or help somebody else in a situation. All right, look, everybody is a grown adult, right? I'm not saying that helping them out is not the right thing to do, but everything just cannot be solved by like I'm not the only one, right? So if you call me and Carl can't do it, the next person possibly could. If the next person possibly couldn't, what if everybody, you got at some point you got to just be depending on yourself. You got to you got to depend on yourself and figure it out. So that's just an example right there. I explain it further in depth, not to make me look like a bad person in the process of explaining it, so you guys can understand the perspective that I'm coming from. But yeah, so that's another one. But the first 3 are the most. And I would say, okay, another one is never going more than 2 days without reading. Now, I have this on my list right here to read 25 pages a day, right? But that doesn't happen every day, right? Because there are other things on my to-do list that actually come at a little bit ahead in priority than that based on the amount of workload I need to do that day. And some days I end up not reading, so not go more than 2 days without reading, right? Because I have like a little X that I check off my calendar every day. Like if I did everything, like all the little stuff that has to be done, little stuff that has to be done, but makes it's very important. Little stuff that are very important in the long run, right? Because like when you look at for instance, if somebody told you you have to shoot basketball 5,000 times every day for a certain period of time to be the best basketball player, right? That don't mean you can pick one day and shoot all of them. For like you cannot. You have to do it every day. Repetition. That's what I'm trying to say. The repetition definitely matters. A little stuff that might not seem like it matters that day, but when you look at a week, you look at a month, a year, 2, 3 years, a decade, you gonna realize, yo, I done came a long way. I done learned a lot of stuff from doing these things. It's one of those, right? So I can't go more than 2 days without reading. So that's another one. I don't want to make this video too long. Try to aim for less than 15 minutes. But hope you guys get the memo. First 3 or first 4 are the very most important ones to me, right? No partying, no smoking or drinking, and as well as Another one I want to add before the video comes to an end is no procrastinating. Procrastination is the assassination of every destination. Right? If you procrastinate one task, everything on your to-do list is going to be procrastinated. But if you get it done when you said you were going to get it done, you achieve the goal and the day becomes a productive day. So yeah, that's that right there. I hope you guys got some value from this. Like I said, I don't want to make this too long. Else it's gonna be like chaotic to try to upload this on YouTube. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys at the top. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys to the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace.